name is Lydia. I just wanted to say that this is just going to be a continuation of a video that I did 2 weeks ago with Leah. I called it Asking Leah what she thinks about kindness, and if you haven't watched the first part, please go ahead and watch it first, because then it'll be more interesting for you to watch this one as well. It's just a continuation. I couldn't put the whole video in together because it was too long. Yeah, have fun, enjoy it. Is are and then like this generation, the people, do you think that we are burdened by other people's problems?
You in general, I think maybe not enough. I think, well, if you turn to the generation of social media, the generation of Instagram, then the core problem, what is often called as our core problem, I think, is that we center so much around ourselves and around how we portray ourselves and how something looks to the outside. And if you do that so much, that keeps you from being interested, or like that keeps you from thinking about how others feel, how other people's situation is. Or what situation other people are in. So I think we might have a general, like a bit more of a problem to be empathetic, like, or to have empathy than maybe the generations before us. I think it's not a thing you can generalize. Ever. So because I think empathy, or the fact to be able to feel another's burden, to feel another person's pain, is a personal trait that some people have more than others. And it's not I think it's it helps to be kinder to people if you can understand their situation more. So I think in that case empathy helps, but I think it's not a fault if you don't have it that much. It's a fault if you like act the wrong way because you lack empathy. But I think you can still have a little empathy and be kind anyways. So in general, I think we might have a bit too little empathy, or we might not focus on empathy enough. But because we lack a bit empathy, we might have we might have it harder to be kind. If that makes sense.
It does. It does. And thank you so much. And if there are people out there that are viewing this interview and this discussion, and asking themselves, for example, maybe they've never practiced. We've read from the Bible before that kindness can actually be practiced. Like you could learn kindness if you haven't practiced it before. If it's not taught in your culture, like you could as well start to learn, because it's a basic need to livelihood.
It is.
And how can one be kind?
How can one be kind? I think the most important thing is, and we talked about it earlier, is starting with your thoughts. To really check your thoughts. Am I thinking kind thoughts? So I know it's easy to judge people. We do that quickly, and it comes as a reflex. Just watch yourself walking around the city, and watching people, and you see people, and they have one trait, one like piece of clothing, one word they say, and you judge them. And I don't know if we can totally stop ourselves from doing that, but I think we can watch our thoughts and maybe correct them a bit and think, okay, why am I thinking that? Is that true? Should I think that? And is it a kind thing to think?
That one.
And if we practice checking our thoughts in I think the most difficult like in relationship to others, because that's where we need to be kind, like to ourselves also, but if we want to practice kindness to other people, I think we should practice checking our thoughts whilst interacting with people, be it strangers or friends or family. And
because it comes from the inside, right?
Yeah. And if you start to change the thoughts you have, you might that your acts and the things you do and say, that must follow. I would say.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I completely agree. So, yeah. I will leave that alone. I was going to say something. I was going to add on something, but then I felt like you said it all that I needed to say, so I will just leave that. And I just want to, because for me personally, kindness is something that I wouldn't say that I've been kind a lot, but it's something that I really think about a lot as a need to human, to livelihood, to humans, like us as humans, that it's really, really a need. It's like you can't live without a need. It's something that we can't. There are lives that are depending on our kindness. There, some people could actually lose lives if we are not kind enough to practice it. And I just wanted to ask my last question is, what do you think could happen if we went the other way around, if we became more selfish? Because like when I started, like I said that person said that our generation has kind of lost the values. Like we know about church, we know about how it's supposed to be organized, we know how to say these things, all of it, kindness, love, and whatever, but we don't know exactly God, and we don't know what those things mean. And to be honest, I feel it sometimes that we've lost that. We're not as kind. We talk about it, but we're not as. We could do better. We're not so badly off. But when you think about how people lived before, even when you read in the Bible and you see what people offered, how they opened up their homes, how they loved people. Of course, there were other things that were not good as well. But like when you think about, like, for example, when you were little, let me say, like when you were a little girl, I don't know what happened. Like when you're jabbering, I don't know what happens, but like, but like, I think about like, for example, in Uganda, you could literally just enter into anybody's home and eat when you're a child. Yeah, not even. No, you don't do that in Germany, and sometimes depending on where you live in the world, don't just walk into people's homes and eat. Because like in Uganda, we're able to do that, and we are grateful to God that we could do that. But not every part of the world is the same. So in Germany, we don't do that. And but like just that was just an example. But there are so many other things that like that we learned that could lead us into kindness. But I'm saying that if we don't take care of the fact, if we don't pay attention to the fact that we're losing the values of Christianity, what could happen?
One thing that came into my mind is that kindness connects us, and often a big part of our relationships, and for example, in a community like a village, if like the younger ones respect the elders and they carry their stuff, and the elders teach them and show them what they know and they share, and if we stop being kind to one another, we lose relationships, we lose connection, and we can't depend on the people around us as much, I would say, and therefore need to become dependent of other things much more, of our like if you don't have a security net of people, you need to take care of everything yourself with your money, for example, or insurances you have, or with anything else that could substitute the security of a net, like a good tight knit community. And I think that would be less humane, less warm, less pretty. So in general, I mean, I wouldn't want to, and I think I can't really imagine a world without kindness at all. So but I think it would mean that we would turn away from people and more towards other things to help us.
And wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll stop right there. I think we've recorded too much. Lastly, I just want
have fun with the 2 hours of video.
Lastly, I just wanted to say to all of us, me, Leah, and everyone who is watching, our friends from church, our friends, family, friends, and whatever, we recorded this video because we believe that kindness is so very important to everybody. I need it, she needs it, everybody out there needs it. Please, whatever you do, anybody can be kind. You don't need to earn a certain kind of income. You don't have to be a certain kind of age. And let's teach the people who are younger than us, even people who are older than us, about this, because it's really important. We need that kindness back in our lives if we had lost it. Yeah. And I would just end with this scripture. I thought it was really beautiful. The proverb, is it Proverbs? No. Yeah, it is Proverbs. Proverbs 31:26. It says, she opens her mouth with wisdom, and teaching of kindness is on her tongue. I just thought, like, wouldn't it just be really great that when we opened our mouth, we will just speak wisdom, and our tongue would be kind to every single person that we meet out there, because you just have no idea what one single act of kindness could do to someone that you just don't know what people are going through in life. Yeah, it is so important to me that my voice is shaking. I'm so sorry. Yeah, and with that all said, ciao.
Bye.